Yo, what's up, guys? Something else. I was like, I'm forgetting something here. What am I forgetting? I'm forgetting something. Oh, of course, I did Siege. I was way too busy on like these new units and that kind of stuff. So, Siege video. We had to play Squad Zero in our second round. Well, not the main Squad Zero, but the second Squad Zero. And if you have checked the rankings and that kind of things, then you already know who won. But let's see the matches. Let's see if there's some interesting matches. I did mess up here and there, but I got carried by my defense. Like, I'm not good in offense, not gonna lie. I'm not good with offense crafting, that kind of stuff. My defenses kind of carry me. My defenses do really carry me, and that helps out a lot. So, yeah. One of my typical offenses. I've seen this one fail just once. And that's if they like heavy proc, stun everything all the time. 9 out of 10, this is pretty safe. But fighting MSTs is getting more difficult because before all MSTs were kind of ruined the same issue. Now you have some speed, some have like Swift Shinas, and then you cannot outspeed it, and some have really tanky ones, and then you cannot one-shot them. So yeah, having like a lot of MSTs is still really annoying and really good for a guild, simply because there's just so much variation in whatever runes you can put on them, whatever bolts, and especially if some people have like 2 of them, you start keeping track of like, oh, this guy has a Swift one, this guy has a Despair one, or Despair, no, not Despair, Swift one, Fire one, and then at some point they switch and they're like, wait, what? So yeah, you can mess up on that one. So then hitting one more MST, going in with the Talia. I'm actually showing runes here, boys. I'm showing runes. No, I'm just mainly checking if this shit is runed up, actually. So this Escher is about like plus 40k HP. I was checking which lead makes most sense. And then someone else was hitting it. Ah! And then I went in on it all. So with this, it is a little bit tricky, especially if they proc once. They proc once here, that healing was really bad. If that healing was not there, I actually had potential to armor break anything. But in this scenario, it is not that great. It is not that great. Because if I actually had an armor break here, I would have killed that one, and that would have been potential the successor. But so far, his whole team, every single one of them started off with a proc, and then it gets pretty difficult to actually still get the win here. So I'm not liking this team too much. Sure, I've seen it work quite a bunch of time, but if they proc like every turn or every other turn, well, he kind of procced every turn here, then it gets really difficult. And fighting another MST. They had so many MSTs. Well, that's the main thing I had to fight, at least at the start. So this team pretty much works as long as you outspeed them. So if you don't outspeed, you have an issue. But the moment I outspeed, I probably kill that. Even when Trianas are like heavily on the reduction of fire, because I expect them all to be on reduction of fire. But even then, it's pretty difficult to survive Makali, which has a lot of damage on wind then, of course. So yeah, I think this one is pretty solid. As long as I outspeed. If I don't outspeed, we're talking issues. They were running the old school team, KOS. Haven't seen KOS in ages. Well, again, KOS is just you Leo. It's Leo Sean plus something. Put in a Feng Yang, putting a Shongfei, putting a Perna, anything like that. It's pretty much cheat. It's pretty much auto win. You know how this works. You know how this works. Let's skip a little bit forward. Let's skip a little bit forward. Yep, Soul Devourer. Let's go, Khmun. You can do it. Solo it. Solo it. Okay, you cannot solo it. Victory! So pretty much their signature defense was this with the Martial. And I was like, we were in the Discord chat and we were like, man, this is so easy. This is so easy. You should so be able to win this, man. This how does someone loses on this? How does someone loses on this defense? And then I went in and everyone is like, oh, if you lose, man, I even said, man, guild kick the person that loses to this shit, man. Guild kick the person that loses to this shit. This shit is so easy. Or is it? Or is it? Or is it? This looks easy, right? This looks easy, right? There's nothing wrong with this. Right? Right? Well, that was a 3 procer. That was a double procer. How do you lose this? Like legit, how do you lose this? My god, man. That was pure stupid. Also, my Skogo is max max resistance. So the odds of that actually landing an armor break on him is not that high. I do expect Orions to have high what's it called, accuracy, but most marshals have really low accuracy, so I didn't really expect that to land or that to pretty much annihilate my water unit. But we can still win, right? We can still win, right? Pony OP. Pony OP. Pony not OP. Pony getting armor broken again. No, what? Don't you freeze? All of these units are 100% resistance. Okay, we can still win. We can still do this. Orion did not agree. Orion did no. Keep going. Keep going, Orion. Yes, crit on water. Let's go. I was like, how is this so stupid? Oh, I wasn't like on this point. I wasn't even mad. I was just laughing my ass off, man. What the fuck is this stupid match? Oh man. I should have went with Molong rather than Skogo, I think. I went in a little bit too fast. If I did this with Molong, it would have been better than Skogo, but man, this was just straight up stupid. And then they were like, oh, someone else should do it, someone else should take over. I'm like, no, get the fuck out of my tower. This is my tower. I'm hitting this. Someone else like, no, let me hit it. I can hit it. Like, get out of my tower. Get out of my tower. So I still brought in the ball along. And then I went in and they're like, wait, I was not paying attention the first time. Why is this fucking team off Will? There's nothing on Will. I was like, what? How? Bomb miss, let's go. Oh man. Good thing it wasn't tuned, that helps out a lot. Oh man, I was mad. The Discord call, like, sometimes I should do these matches live, but sometimes, yeah, but it's difficult to record all these matches live because I pretty much do all of these matches spread out through the whole day. But wait, are you proccing? This thing is also proccing! You procced out of wait, why is everything on such a fucking high proc rate? Go die! Oh man, this was such a stupid match. My girls were like, are you losing on this again? Are you losing on this again? Are you losing on this again? I'm like, no, I'm cool. But this is just freaking stupid. Oh man, there was some funny matches. Those were like definitely some funny matches, man. Like, ugh. And then I was like, wait, I know this guy is off Will. I'm gonna abuse it. I know he's off Will. Let's go. I know he's off Will. Ganymede. Swift Ganymede up your ass. And reset. No! That thing is 91 Eki. 90 freaking 1 Eki. At least that thing proc, but he still cuts it. And he procs how? Why is this team so stupidly lucky? Oh man. Oh, this was really... Yeah, counter Poseidon. Let's go. Counter Despair Poseidon. Why? Don't ask. Don't ask. Oh, the team was stupidly lucky, man. Another KOS. Something we've seen a lot. Something we probably... I'm not sure if we would see this a lot more, but... I don't know. Would I say it's necessarily good? No, it's a little bit old meta. But old meta is not necessarily bad because it was meta before for a reason. But however, is it really that good? Not against the MSTs. MSTs OP. MSTs way too OP. Even if this thing procs 16 times. But if they proc as much as the Marsha team did, yeah, then it had like a fair shot, but... The thing is with any Khmun team, if you throw Martina against a Khmun, you keep stealing the shield, and that's just such cheat. Okay, unless you get resisted, but stealing that shield is such a cheat, man. It is. It's too much. He can't handle it. And if you can't take the heat, turn up the air conditioner. Whoop whoop. Okay, that's a victory. And then another KOS. I was like, would this work? Would this not work? It kind of... Plan was kind of like a turn 2 cleave-ish with shield runes. And yeah, I kind of expected to outspeed that Orion actually, but then I forgot that they still had a slot to speed or a slot to HP on my Wusa, which is not that beneficial. And that also did a lot less damage than I expected. But either how, doesn't seem too difficult as of yet. And that's a lot of damage, and that's a really nice proc, and that's a lot of damage again. So in the end, it did work out. But yeah, these teams, like, sure, Orion is a nice RNG factor, but you can put like a lot of immunities, shield runes, that kind of cool stuff. So it doesn't do all too much, and then it's pretty easy. Mountain of Power. And then my final match, which was a bit of a weird team, but we were pretty much already done, and I was like, okay, let's just try this. This was a full max resistance team, and that worked out. Full fire, max resistance. Most Savannahs are not that high Aki, because having high Aki on Savannah is pretty difficult. That sure did a hell lot of damage. Look at that Khmun shield. Look at that juicy Khmun shield. Thing did absolutely nothing. So yeah, this is a pretty solid team against. I'm not sure about Water Ryu in general in Siege. Like, for some reason, he doesn't shine as, like, he's insanely good in RTA. You've probably seen my RTA tier list. He's all the way at the top. But here, he needs some sort of follow-up to actually make him that useful. And if he's not played, like if there's the AI playing him, he's not that great. So in the end, I got 8-2 and wins, and I think my defense were something like 15 and 11. So that was pretty nice, and this was pretty much the point we went for blue map. We could have went for blue map earlier, but we were waiting nicely to get people some contribution in. Next match will be a lot more difficult. We made it to this round, like, I think the last 3 times or 4 times. How many times has this Siege tournament thing been going on? We always make it until top 8. Let's see if this time we can make it further than the top 8. My defenses are rocking. Let's see if my defenses are also going to be rocking against Aftermath Legends. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.